All right. You are listening to Coming Hot into the Box with Slice and Karnage.
Yes, you are.
Whee!
You made it.
Hey, you made it through another week, and now you get to listen to us for...
You did it.
Way to go. You did a great
know
job
what?
this week. Round of applause.
You did it. I do that in hopes that somebody would do it for me.
That's true. Same
Yeah.
here. Same here.
I need it.
So, I gotta ask you a question, Slice.
Right out of the box?
Right out of the box actually has to do with going into the box.
Okay.
Did you do something this week that sent you to the box?
And by box, like, did I do something bad?
Did you do something bad? Did you feel like you've penalized something in a bad way? Do you feel like you've have acquired any life penalties?
I do. I overcommit to things.
Do you?
So much.
That's shocking.
No, it's really not. I remember like a couple episodes ago when I was like, no, I totally set boundaries.
Yeah, I know. I remember that.
That was a straight up lie.
Yeah, no, I know it was.
Yeah, it's on top of having an insane busy week at work. I also agreed to take care of Grandpa Barry's chickens.
Yes, you did. Yep. Yep. Grandpa Barry's chickens needed.
In which I love. I love you. I love you, Grandpa Barry. I just didn't realize how crazy this particular week was going to be. And I added an additional task that requires me to get up really early.
And leave your house.
And leave my house and also like go back at night.
Yeah.
For the chickens.
Yep.
But I love that. I love it. I love them and I love you. But god damn, my week.
Yeah. That was tough. It's been tough.
It's been a rough week for me and for you. Because we haven't talked as much because I've been busy.
I know. It's so Slice has these weeks sometimes where she's just super busy at work and like doesn't have the time to converse with me freely all of the time.
I know. I'm sorry.
And it gets a little lonely.
I'm sorry.
I realize how much of my life is taken up by banter that we have during the day.
I apologize.
It leaves like a little bit of a tiny black hole in my week.
I know. You know what? It leaves a little bit of a black hole in my week too.
I know. Yeah. It's been a crazy time.
Yeah, it's been busy. And then like when I leave here, I will go put the chickens away.
Oof.
Yeah.
And it's storming.
And it's stormy.
Yeah, it's
raining.
Yep.
Yeah, so I hope they're smart chickens and they put themselves to bed. Chickens, I learned this from Grandpa Barry, is that they put themselves to bed. When the sun goes down, they just put themselves away. Like, really, all you have to do is just go and close the latch. And they're like, they just automatically go to bed when the sun is going down.
Well, that is smart.
It's very convenient.
Very convenient.
Yeah. And when I got there this morning, the rooster was cock-a-doodle-doing.
Cock-a-doodle. They go early. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it was early. I'm like 5.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Yeah. I had to be at work early.
Oh.
I know.
No, that's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad.
It's been fun.
It sounds it.
I think my brain is completely gone. There's nothing left.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what about you? Did you do anything to put yourself into the box this week?
So I fixed my kiln. My husband very graciously took his time away from his life to help me fix my kiln, who I called Pedro Pascal because it's hot.
It's hot.
Because it's hot.
Yeah.
But Pedro was in several pieces, and it really... every turn, every time I'd think I conquered it, it would be like, oh no, you stupid woman! I'm just gonna break a nut. Ha! Hey, and that's not what I meant to say.
Did Pedro bust a nut?
Pedro busted a bolt.
Oh,
or two. His bolt was bent.
I hate when that happens.
I do too. It's not good for anybody.
It's inconvenient.
It is inconvenient, and therefore I had to go get new bolts, and I had to like do a lot of electrical stuff that I am not an electrician.
No.
And I have a 2300 degree oven in my basement, and I'm disassembling it and putting it back together. It was very stressful.
Sounds stressful.
And I kept my cool, but it was very frustrating. And my husband, he got also frustrated with it, rightfully so, because it was hot in the basement. It was a lot, but I got it fixed, and I ended up torquing my thumb and like hurting my thumb.
Yeah, I remember you went to practice on Tuesday and you were wearing like a
wrist brace. Yeah.
Yeah. It looked like something that you would wear for like carpal tunnel.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
And I'm sure as I develop carpal tunnel, which I'm already starting to, that it's just going to be, it's worth the investment.
Convenient.
Convenient. So yes, with that happening, it just was, it made me kind of just irritated, and it kind of put a downer on my week, but I did get it fired. I did get it up and running. I did 2 successful firings. So
Yay.
In the end, I did the thing, and I felt very proud of myself.
You did the thing. You adulted.
Oh my God, I adulted so hard.
And I have to pay so much this week.
And I have to pay my car taxes.
Ugh. I hate being an adult.
Awful.
It's the worst.
It really is the worst.
Can we stop adulting now?
For this very short amount of time, yes.
Sweet. I am all for that.
I am all for doing that as well. And what's getting me through this week, I will tell you, because I have to work Saturday this week. What's getting me through this week is that we have a bout on Saturday.
We do have a bout on Saturday.
I am excited.
I too am excited.
Yeah, so we thought what a great topic to talk about is Bout Day.
Bout Day.
Bout Day, and all the things that go into, all the practice, all the hard work, all the energy you put into this one day several times a year, where you either host a bout or you go away and do a travel away bout,
which is a lot easier
if
you go away to somebody else's bout.
Yep, you don't have to get there nearly as early, but still early.
Yeah.
And it's a lot about day.
Bout Day is a lot
if you're hosting.
Yeah.
Because it's weeks of preparation, especially for the first one. It's months of preparation.
Oh yeah. I think 'cause once you get down the first bout, like you kind of have a layout of how the rest of the season's going to go.
Right.
As far as like setup and, lessons learned.
Yes. Yep. If you violate any like building code violations.
I was just about to say that, like what the fire marshal would say.
There shouldn't really be people here.
Or a camera here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had to move the camera.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have practice and our bouts at a gym, a college gym, that is probably the worst floor for roller derby.
Yeah, it's like skating on quicksand.
Yeah, it just sucks all of your kinetic energy that you've been putting forth.
I think that's what it's called, a kinetic floor. Right? Isn't it?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's some sort of rubberized floor that is also at the same time slippery
and bumpy.
It's super.
It's super, yeah. Everybody that comes to like guest skate with us, which we've had a lot of guest skaters recently, and that's been really exciting.
Yeah.
I love guest skaters.
Me too.
It's a lot of fun.
They become my new besties.
But every time they skate on that floor, or anybody skates on the floor for the first time, they're like, wow, this is really weird. Yes. It sucks a lot. Anyway, so yeah, Bout Day. Talking about Bout Day.
Let's talk about it.
Is there anything that you have realized that you do like leading up to a bout? Like when you know you're going to be skating, do you have like any, like what do you eat the day before? Do you have anything specific?
I personally, just out of trial and error, eat incredibly healthy. I try to keep it clean. And like avoid salt. And drink lots of water. Like anything that, because you know, like salt kind of just, if you have a lot of in your system, it makes you like bloated, and your ankles can get like swollen and stuff. Well, my body does that, so I try to avoid like salty things and just drink a lot of water and stretch.
Yes.
As much as physically possible. So my body doesn't start dying right off the bat.
Yeah, I like to try to get some good stretching in with the team before they even put on skates, if that's even possible. Like, I try to wrangle people to do that.
Yeah.
It's usually not a lot of space, though, for us to, like, spread out. But when I coached back in the day, like, we would do an actual, like, warm-up workout. And, yeah, it wasn't maybe like the smartest thing, but they were definitely warm by the time they got on the track. Like hill sprints, because that's a smart thing to do, is hill sprints. Don't know why. I don't know why. It was a mistake.
Lessons learned.
And I'm sorry. I'm sorry specifically to Ramona Razorbird, who like threw up after I asked her to do hill sprints. Yeah, she remembers that. And I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure if you asked me to do hill sprints, I would probably just be like, I think no.
I don't know if you'd actually tell me to fuck off.
I don't know what I would do. I would probably, you know what? Okay, to be fair, since I know myself so well, I would complain the whole time.
Yes.
Yeah.
As would everybody.
Yeah. I would be very verbal about my current feelings about it, but I think I would probably still do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But when I would skate in a bout, I wouldn't drink any alcohol like the day before, obviously. Yeah. I'm not a big alcohol drinker at all anyway, but I wouldn't have any alcohol. I'd have like a good, like healthy carb day the day before. Get a lot of stretching in the day of, and try to poop.
I feel that. You need, are we day before or day of it now?
This is like the morning of.
The morning of, it's very important to poop before because you don't want to get the nervous poops.
Yes, because that.
When you're about to go play derby.
No, you do not. No, you do not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really important to get a good poop in before you play derby.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Make sure you're taking lots of fiber.
Yep, drinking lots of fluids.
Yeah, it's important.
But then I put together like a playlist of like songs that I would just listen to like when I got to the rink, and like before like we would set up, or before we would do, not set up, but like before we would get like our gear on and everything, or even like while we were getting our gear on, like I'd put my earbuds in, I'd have this playlist just playing, and it kind of just like made me zone out a little bit.
Huh.
Yeah.
I know multiple people who do that, where they have to like get in a zone. Yeah. They have to like the headphones it or earbuds it, where they have to just kind of like, just don't bother me while I'm getting in the zone.
Yeah, and I wouldn't care so much about, well, people just wouldn't bother me because they'd see me with my earbuds and I'd just be quiet. Which is unlike me usually, but like I'm just trying to clear my head completely. And that's all it is. And just focus on like envisioning myself getting through the pack, because I was a jammer at the time. Not so much anymore, though.
No.
So, yeah, I try to eat healthy, but, like, when it comes to actuality of, like, my early bouting days, I would not eat healthy.
Really?
I would just, because it usually ended up being like I was running from one thing to another, which is shocking. Like that, like
Go
I just
figure.
didn't have time to eat sometimes, so I would like just inhale like a burger from a fast food joint.
That's interesting. I literally prioritize making sure I have a meal like 2 hours before a bout. I don't want to eat right before it, but I want to have a good meal, like a banana and a protein.
Yeah.
Kind of like 2 hours before the bout.
Yeah.
So I won't be hungry during the bout. I'll be very hungry afterwards. I eat a lot afterwards, but yeah.
Yes.
I very much prioritize because I get really bad migraines if I don't eat properly and I exercise.
Yeah, I will get pretty bad tension migraines if I overheat. Yeah, which is why I've been getting a lot of tension migraines this week. Because again, ladies and gentlemen and folks of all genders, it is still hot as balls in Connecticut. We had a couple of days where it was very lovely, but now it's back to super humid bullshit.
I hate the humidity. I'm not built for it.
I enjoy it if I'm not moving.
I don't enjoy it at all. I'm ready for fall.
I know you are. I know you are. But as far as like the team goes, team rituals that we have kind of started for this season have been 2 of them. One is this silly video that I found like months ago of like this 1980s like exercise video. And it was all about just like, man, back in the 80s, there's a lot of gyrating.
Yeah, there is.
There's a lot of gyrating and a lot of hip thrusts and hip circles. So because I really want to emphasize hip hitting and like getting low and getting your hips moving side to side, we all get in a circle and we do some hip movement.
We do a hip rotation.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
And it gets a little perverse.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time. Every single goddamn time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really pretty great. So we'll do that. And now actually me and a couple of skaters. So for our very first bout this season, we had a local newspaper there to like take pictures and like interview people for the game because it's just local paper, local thing. And this woman who was the reporter and the photographer was like watching us and like watching like my little pep talk to the team prior. And at the end of the pep talk, I did like a double thumbs up, like, we good? Hey, we're all good, right? And hey, and several people in my team, just to humor me, will do the same thing back. Like, yeah, we're good. Hey, yeah, we're feeling fine. We're doing okay. And so the woman came up to me later and asked me what the thumbs up meant.
It means good.
It means what it always means is like, cool, we're good, right?
But it was literally the picture they put in the newspaper, and it's just me and whiskey, like
doing it back.
And we will put it up on the website because it is
really
just
great.
It is the dumbest photo.
But it's fantastic. So before at the end of my pep talk, I'll always do the double thumbs up, and I'll get like the thumbs up back from everybody. So that's always another fun thing. And then our team chant this season is moist murder.
Yeah, it is. Moist murder.
Moist murder. Don't ask me why. Well, I mean, you can't ask me why.
No, I know why.
No, please tell our fans why we chant moist murder.
Well, we chant moist because you hate the word moist.
Well, it's a terrible word.
It's just a word.
I know it is, but it hurts my earbuds.
And that's why we do it. And then you were giving us a pep talk in the chat one day, and it was like, what's the most important thing we're going to do for this bout? And then Dahlia said, murder, instead of have fun.
Right. Instead of have fun, which is the response that I expected. But instead, it went dark.
It went murder.
It went to murder.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, no. Why are you saying murder?
Yeah.
This isn't, I don't, nobody's murdering anybody. And it just went on and on.
And it turned into moist murder. And that's our team chant now. It's moist murder.
Moist murder. Yeah, it's so stupid. But I love it. I'm usually the one that brings it up now.
Yeah, it's silly. I like it. See, now you're used to the word moist.
No, it still seems
anybody
very
who's
odd.
listening to this podcast right now is just please stop saying moist.
Please stop saying the M word. See, I feel your pain. Stop.
It's moist.
It's really storming outside.
It is. It was like a dark cloud hanging over your house when I was driving. I was like, what did she do?
Well,
Ah.
so many bad things. Yeah, so that's what and actually when I was a skater, one of the things that I would do before going out onto the track is somebody would slap me across the face.
No, thank you.
Like hard.
No, thank you.
And it's funny because my very first captain of the very first team I played on, like, just came up to me and just slapped me across the face. And I was just like, what the fuck was that? And she's like, okay, now do it to me. And I'm like, okay, this is what this is. All right, cool. Let's do it. And so I did it to her. And then she's like, all right, we're going to kill this thing. And we did. And it was, and then that's what happened every time.
Oh, wow. I hope it worked for you.
We won that game.
There you go.
And I got MVP.
Oh, that's not surprising.
Well, it was surprising my very first bout. My very first game. But yeah, it has like resonated and like lasted that weird thing that I do before about. So like last year when we played that one game, Grace, I went up to Grace and I said, please slap me across the face. And she's like, what? And I said, yeah, just slap me. She's like full bore. I'm like, well, not you full bore. Like, but just,
I don't know if I would want Grace to slap me full bore.
Yeah, it didn't feel good, but it felt like it should, I guess.
I think I remember that.
Yeah.
Huh.
It was out in front of for everybody to see.
Yeah.
For sure.
Memories.
Memories. Yeah. It's the weird thing that happens for me.
Before a bout, I'm so focused on on my legs not shaking. I'm literally convincing myself everything's gonna be okay. But so subconsciously, like, I'll be fine, but my legs is like, as soon as I get my skates on for a bout, they're just like start shaking, and it's like once I can like start skating, I'm fine. But I have to be like, my focus is like, just get on the floor, just start skating, and everything's gonna be great. So that's like my brain activity. Prior.
For me as a coach, like I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but like the difference between me skating for a bout and me coaching for a bout is just so different, you know, because with skating, yeah, you think about everybody, but like you're really just focused on yourself and being the best for your team. But now I'm focused on 15 players on the track doing the thing. How are they melding? Who's having a good night? Who's not having a good night? Who's jamming really, really well? Who's kicking ass blocking? Like, how do we spread that out? Because this person's not doing so well, or this person hurt herself and now can't skate, or, you know, so I am a actual ball of frenetic energy that just doesn't stop for like 2 hours.
Yeah. It's very noticeable.
It sucks.
I know.
I am so like the next morning I wake up and I feel like I've had a workout. Like I'm sore, I'm tight. Like
you're constantly moving back and forth. You're just pacing. Just like pacing.
I'd wear like a hole through something.
You must like I think you're moving more than me, because once I get through the first jam,
yeah,
I'm great.
Yeah,
I'm fine. I'm like, whatever, we're playing now, so there's no turning back.
Yeah,
it is what it is, and it's like I'm gonna do my best, but
But I
You're,
have
like,
that
constant. Like,
I have that feeling every single jam because I'm worrying about like, okay, did this person how is the team going to go up against this defensive move that the team is putting? How can I help them with my words, which as we all know, I'm not really great at quick thinking word communication.
what is word?
I sometimes don't know what word is, and I will say wrong word and be like, you guys know what I'm saying, and then they'll all look at me blankly like, no.
I totally humor you. I'm like, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
I mean, my team is great and they all do humor me, but like then they're like, okay, but we now need you to clarify what you're trying to say. And I'm like, okay, let me get my thoughts together. That's why Grace is very good that way.
Yeah.
And who is the co-captain or the co-coach.
Co-coach.
And yeah, she'll take my words and just even them out.
Grace is very good at blunt words.
Yes.
Tell me the thing.
She interprets my words.
Yeah.
She translates.
Yeah. She does a good job.
Go you, Grace.
Good job, Grace. Doing the thing.
And as far as like when it comes time to halftime, I end up talking to the refs about things for quite a bit and like making sure things are okay, because I also for a couple bouts was like running bout planning, so I'd have to like check in. But I mean, halftime for us is just like taking a break.
Yeah.
And talking, of course. But somehow the conversation about being moist has come up many times.
Oh my god, the last game when everybody was just like soaked. And it's like the one game I haven't played this year, and I was totally cool with it after seeing like how hot everybody was. And I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was brutally
But
hot.
yeah, everybody just gets like really sweaty and moist.
Yeah.
So yeah, they just walk around saying that they're moist.
So ridiculous. And the nervous pees. Like everybody's like, do I have time to go pee? Do I have time to go pee? It's like, how could you possibly pee right now?
Yeah.
Like I have nothing in my body. It's all sweat out through my pores.
Plus, like, oh my gosh, like, you wear practically spandex pants.
Right.
When you're playing roller derby, and then trying to, like, take those off. If your whole body is sweaty and then trying to put them back on, it's like putting on a wet bathing suit. It's just like, ugh,
it is
the worst.
It is the worst. It is the worst.
I usually don't have to use the bathroom during halftime. I usually eat like an applesauce and just chill. Yeah. And just like, okay, we're halfway there.
Yep. We got halfway left to go, and that's it, ladies.
And that's it. We only got like 30 minutes, and we're good. We're fine. And then we can go party.
Yes. Yes, which, you know, MVPs are given. Which is awesome, fun time. Because
I love MVP awards.
MVP awards are really fun.
Yeah.
I just, you know, it is, we've talked about this before. It's just silly little things, but like, they mean a lot to the people that are getting them.
Yeah. I think, and it also adds to the sportsmanship at the end of the game.
I agree.
That it's cool. Whoever won. And now we're going to be silly and do this thing, and we're all going to hug, and we all did a great job. Like, it's a nice cherry on top.
Yeah, it's great camaraderie, I think.
Agree.
And it's a very inexpensive way to be like, hey, we did this thing.
We did it. We made it.
And it is a good icebreaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. But one of the things I love about the end of a bout is when all the players make the like little hand bridge.
Yeah, I love that.
And the like winning team skates through the hand bridge that we make, which is super fun, and I love it.
I love hand bridge.
Yeah. And then everybody gets involved, and it's a lot of fun.
Especially if there's spectators that are right there too that can add to it.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
I love that.
Yeah. But then it's the after party.
Then we party.
We partay.
We do partay.
We are sweaty. We are gross. We are hungry typically.
Yeah.
And dehydrated.
Oh my God. which isn't smart for the amount of alcohol consumption that happens at an after party. But yeah, it's just like immediately when I get to the after party, I'm just like, I want food and also booze.
Mm-hmm.
But first food. I need food.
I usually do a food and a seltzer.
Yeah.
Tonic water. Yeah. But definitely food.
There is gin in my tonic.
Mm.
In my tonic water. Generally.
Yeah.
And a lime.
And a lime, yes.
And a lime.
I mean, I would do that too if I didn't have to drive like an hour home at night in the dark. Night in the dark, which is redundant. It's going to be dark at night in Connecticut.
I think, let's see, our first game, I got driven home. And I also had Scream with me. Yeah. I got Slam and her husband drove me home.
Yep.
Me, Jay, and Scream home to my house. We all just abandoned our cars. We abandoned them. Yep. And then we went back to my house.
You did party quite hard that night.
I did.
Yep.
I was incredibly drunk.
Yeah.
And afterwards, we went and got tacos.
That is a good post drinking
I just,
food.
After all the bouts, I just want tacos.
Yeah. Like authentic good tacos.
No, it's just Taco Bell.
Oh, it's just Taco Bell. Okay.
It's just Taco Bell. It's the only thing that's open at that time of night.
That's true.
Nobody has authentic good tacos at...
We're definitely not in an area that has things like that.
No, the Mexican food here sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot.
There's not. It's sad.
No.
So the fun thing, we really put a lot of effort into our after parties.
We really do.
Yeah. The last couple, we've had karaoke, which I've never been a karaoke person, which is, I think, maybe surprising to some.
I am in the same boat. I've always been anti-karaoke. I just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But these last couple of karaoke sessions, I'm like, wow, I actually really enjoy karaoke.
I'm like, I can be so over the top.
Yeah.
And dramatic.
It also helps that everybody sucks at karaoke.
Everybody's really terrible.
Everybody is really terrible. I mean, there's always the few that are very good, but 98% of us cannot sing. And that's okay.
I mean, I can sing if I tried.
I can't.
But I am absolutely not going to try at karaoke.
Oh, absolutely. At a certain point of the night, I believe that I can sing.
Yes. This is true.
Yeah.
So, aside from the karaoke, another thing that we do as a league is that we make after party awards, which is so fun. And I'm the grand master of the giving out of the awards, which I really love doing.
I know you do.
One of our members makes the awards, and they're like little medals that, and each, like, there's probably a dozen of them, maybe 10 of them, maybe 10 to 12. And
I don't know.
They're for
12.
different things, like best bout makeup, the friendliest NSO, Hawkeye, which is like the ref that sees all the things that go out on the track, best bench coach.
It is an award for everybody, including skaters, because there's like best booty.
Yeah, best booty blocking.
Yeah.
Sneaky Pete, or like
the squirreliest jammer.
The squirreliest jammer. Yeah.
They're fun. I really enjoy that we do that. And we're the only ones that I've seen do that.
Yeah. I think everybody should take a tip from us because it's super fun.
It is fun, and we involve the other team.
Oh yeah, because we definitely split up we kind of gear the awards to who's actually at the after party. For the most part, there's definitely a couple awards that we give out to people that may have left or just didn't, because it was just like they really did do like a great job, scoreboard operator,
right?
Or anyway, helpful NSO, so it's everybody on both sides, and it really, And as a coach, that's the reason why I really like giving out the awards and like speaking about the awards and the person who's getting it, because I am watching everybody on the track.
Right.
And I do know, like, man, yeah, that skater, she got in the fucking way all the time. And it really pissed me off. But like at the same time, super impressed.
Yeah, but you did it, like, amazing job. I think it's great to involve the other team.
So yeah, that is a really fun thing with our after parties that I really enjoy, and just kind of bringing the derby community together at the end, which is great.
It also looks like the people that come have a really good time.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially if when they get an award.
Oh yeah.
Because they're like, what?
Yeah.
It's really great.
So happy.
Yeah. And like we'll give out like first bout award, you know, if we know somebody, it's their first time bouting, which is really cool. I know at the last league I played for, we actually had our after party in the same location that we had our bouts. And this is years ago at this point, but they had a mechanical bull at this venue.
That's dangerous.
It was maybe not the best idea that you could have.
That sounds like the worst idea. It sounds like the best worst idea, because I know I would be like, yes, I'm going to try that. But I also know I wouldn't last long.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that is every single person is like, oh, yes, obviously I need to try this thing. I could totally do that. And they last for 0.0 seconds.
Yeah. You know what? You don't even realize how hard it is to ride one of those things until you get on it and you're like, oh, this is extremely difficult.
It is extremely difficult.
Unless you know what you're doing.
And then you get tossed off of it and you've literally just been tossed around for the last hour and a half.
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah, I'm just gonna lay here on the ground.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
I am pretty sure.
And I don't think I've ever not gone home after a bout. Like I've never like gotten drunk or anything, but I will say that like as soon as I get home, hot shower or cold shower if it was just that bad. But like necessary like long ass shower is what it's all about for me.
Yeah.
It's exhausting. But, you know, at the end, most of the reason why you're putting on bouts is to make money.
Yes.
And, you know, to play, to get rankings, obviously, if you're WIFTA ranked. Now, I'm just going to do a little sidebar here, just saying that I call it WIFTA.
Oh, God.
No, I'm bringing it up.
Damn it.
Oh, no, I'm bringing it up because people like to throw a ta-da in there, and they call it WIFTA because there's no extra A in there. It's WFTDA.
Duh.
WIFTA.
I say WIFTA, like whiff, duh.
Yeah, that's what it is, WIFTA.
WIFTA.
But definitely, and I think this is like a pretty like polarizing thing, because
I didn't even realize until recently that it was a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
That people don't call it WIFTA, that they say WIFTA. And
they
I'm like,
say
oh.
WIFTA. Like,
WIFTA.
ta-da!
But that's so fun. WIFTA.
But there's no A. Except at the end. Why are you putting an A in there?
I don't know.
Yeah. So me and my derby wife from my first league, who is still a very, very dear, close personal friend, but this is like a polarizing issue for us. She is Team WIFTA, and I'm like, I don't know how we can be married anymore. I think we have to get a derby divorce. So she would just like specifically be like WIFTA. Because she was just a dick like that. But
I feel that.
I love you, Saint. It's true. WIFTA. So anyway, I'd love to hear what you guys think out there. Are you Team WIFTA, the way it should be?
Or WIFTA.
Or are you Team WIFTA, the way it shouldn't be?
I would love to hear from you, but also you're wrong.
I'd love to hear why you think there should be an extra A in WIFTA.
I require a 1,000-word essay on your reasoning behind WIFTA.
Yeah, I don't think that should be hard. We'd love to hear from you.
You can send your 1,000-word essay to coming hot into the box at gmail.com.
Oh, I'm so excited. I really hope somebody does that.
Oh, gosh.
I will be happy to hear debates about it. It's true.
Yeah. And if it's good enough, we'll read it. We'll read it on the pod. If it's good enough.
If it's 999 words, I'll let it slide, but really
I won't.
Okay, fair enough. But back to what I was saying, like the costs that go into the Bout, like how much money you raise, like Bout revenue is really big for a lot of leagues. Like
it is, keeps us running.
It adds like a little cushion if like enrollment goes down and you're not getting dues. It kind of keeps you afloat for a rainy day fund or to pay your insurance bill. Ugh. Which we know all too much about because we just had to pay our insurance bill.
Yeah, we just had to pay our insurance
for the league, and that is a big bummer. But
it
super
is
necessary.
so expensive, but it's necessary.
It
but
really
man, it's such an expense, and it's just
yeah. And our venue, we think, is going to be increasing our rates too. So it's like, I know. In this economy, crazy. Can't even
in this economy.
So yeah, we gather money through ticket sales, and we do bake sales if we can, and we sell like pizza.
We do sell pizza,
and we get sponsors, and we are very appreciative to our sponsors because they do help out.
Our sponsors get a table.
Yep.
If they want. And we have a bakery that comes in and sells stuff. I think there's a lady who sells cups and bags and
pottery.
And pottery, obviously.
But I know other bouts, like they'll have food trucks that come.
Mm-hmm. I've seen jewelry.
Yeah.
Leatherworks. I've seen leatherworks too.
I really love a good vendor village at a bout.
Yeah.
Because I will spend a lot of money that I shouldn't.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
Without thinking about it. I'd be like, ooh, I need those earrings in my life because I'm a real earring person.
I mean, same.
I know, and I'm not even wearing any right now. But, well, I mean, my little ones. But, yeah. So I love when bouts can kind of pull in just different businesses. And like with my pottery, it's a little bit funky, colorful, a little tongue-in-cheek, a little bit edgy sometimes. So like that's my demographic, and like I find at other bouts they have very similar kinds of vendors too. Funky, really cool stuff that I just really want in my life. And then your merch table, because who doesn't want to buy team merch? I have every freaking t-shirt under the sun.
Yeah, my derby t-shirt collection has definitely increased.
Yeah, it's true. It's a real thing.
I love a good derby t-shirt. I love a good derby pride shirt.
I do too.
Yeah, if it's a derby shirt on top of a pride shirt, it's together. You have my business.
I actually bought a shirt that said Derby Pride on it.
I have that,
but I gained too much weight and now it does not fit me properly.
Oh.
So that's a bummer. It's a good...
You could cut it up and scissors.
I could do that. I'm not going to, but I'm just going to try to lose a couple pounds instead. Maybe not eat so many fried potatoes.
I do not make the same promises.
I'm not asking you to. Certainly not. Certainly
potatoes are our life.
That is a sacrifice I would ask nobody to make.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
For sure.
Yeah. Don't even suggest it.
No, I'm not. I'm only suggesting it for me, not for you.
I'm actually kind of offended that you suggested it for yourself.
I'm sorry.
You should be.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. But another thing to consider, like when we did talk about like expensive derby, is like if you're on a travel team, that can get pricey. And I have definitely, I've been in some interesting situations when it comes to like travel teams and like staying places. Years ago, we played a team up in I think in Vermont or New Hampshire, and the whole team and like the whole visiting team, like my whole team, everybody, like the after party was at this like old mill that had like businesses in it, but it's this huge space that they would practice in. It's like their practice space. Everybody crashed there, like brought sleeping bags and stayed up and like played games. And that was
there
really
showers?
Cool. That's a good question.
'Cause that's a hard no from me, dog. If there's no shower,
I think wow, I can't remember. I was coaching, so I didn't need a shower, even though I probably should have taken one, but I can't remember at the time.
Huh.
So there was that. That was that moment in time, and it was kind of sketch in a way because I even in my mid 30s, like I can't go through the night without peeing. So like I'd have to get up in the middle of the night and go pee, but the lights were motion censored from the ceiling. And so if you got up to go to the bathroom, like you literally light up the whole space to walk to the bathroom.
Oh, that would be a nightmare for anybody who tosses and turns.
Well, it wasn't that much movement, but like if you got up and walked, it would set off the lights. Because again, it was an old mill. Like they're
what
like
are you
20
supposed to do?
ceilings.
You can't like just not pee.
Right. So like the lights would constantly be going off. It was not like the best situation that I had been in, and I don't sleep well other places anyway, so
Yeah, that would have been a hard no for me.
yeah, that was challenging. But
Yeah.
I've also opened my house up to skaters who needed a place to stay.
Same.
Yeah. If they were like, you know what, my personal house is closer to the venue than theirs was, and I was just like, hey, we can all, whoever wants to crash here. Like we had a tournament up in Worcester, and Worcester is like 45 minutes for me, in Massachusetts. I think I had 10 people staying at my house, so I own a 3-family house, and my apartment in that 3-family house is it's fine for me and my husband, but not 10 more people.
No. I'm like thinking now of how you would have fit 10 people here.
So I didn't. Incidentally, my upstairs tenant had moved out, so people could just go upstairs and just crash out upstairs, like on the floor.
Oh, well, that's convenient.
And there was an extra bathroom too.
That's convenient.
It was super convenient. And then what was so awesome is that the next weekend, because I needed to paint this whole apartment, everybody came back and painted the apartment with me.
Aww.
So I got it done in like one day.
Goddamn Derby community.
Oh, that Derby community.
So goddamn delightful.
They are so goddamn delightful every time. It's like
Every time.
it was a really fun weekend. And then the following weekend, and I just cooked for people or like bought them pizza.
Aww.
Yeah, and we just painted everything. Not well, but it got painted.
Oh, I know of what happens when you ask people to help you paint.
Yeah, I mean, paint got a lot of places.
I believe it.
Yeah, but I was not picky whatsoever because the next person was just going to go up there and probably trash it anyway.
Such as renting.
Such as renting. Such as
Yeah.
being a landholder.
Landlady. I don't like that.
I know.
Land person.
But like I'm not a landlord because
My lord.
my lord is not something
My
that people
lord.
say to me. They also don't say my
My
lady.
lady. My lord, my lady.
Yes, our tenants, when they hand us our rent check, they go, my lord,
My lord.
my lady, here I bequeath to you your rent agreement.
You should show up in like a Sheriff of Nottingham outfit.
Oh, I could get my hands on like some fancy Victorian gown.
I just need this to happen.
Well, now I need like a big bouffante wig, like the white big wigs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
a
need
hat.
it.
And a tiny little hat.
Tiny little hat on your big wig.
Yeah. Because that's what a milady would do.
That's what a milady would absolutely do.
It's true. It's totally true.
I need this to happen.
Anyway, aside from that, we would love to hear what your Bout Day ritual is like. We also still want to hear about your origin story, like how you came into being part of this crazy sport. What else do we want to know from them, from our hot boxers?
Derby name origins.
Yes.
I love that.
Where can they find us?
At cominghotintothebox.com.
That is one place that you can reach out to us, and we do get your correspondence. It's true.
We do. And you can also reach out to us on our Instagram or through our email, which is cominghotintothebox@gmail.com.
Yep. cominghotintothebox@gmail.com.
Did I say it too fast?
No, I just want to make sure it's really enunciated for all those
Enunciate those words with your mouth
parts.
parts.
With my mouth parts.
With your mouth hole.
I now feel violated in some very creepy way.
Well, job well done, me.
Way to go, Slice.
I did it.
Yeah, so share your stories. We love hearing from you, and we are working on some really fun ideas coming up really soon.
We are. We're getting really into the derby community.
Yeah, I think we actually might have our first guest on soon. Yeah, soon.
Yes, we are in talks.
We are in talks, and it's going to be a lot of really wonderful stuff for all of you out there.
Absolutely.
And if you have any ideas of things you'd like us to talk about, we'd also love to hear that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your show.
It's your show too.
Your show with us.
That's right. So for now, I am Karnage.
I'm Slice.
And this is Coming Hot into the Box. Get out there and be a goddamn delight today. And we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye. Hey, Mom, did you listen to my podcast?
What's a podcast?